Hello and welcome everybody to our English 1B class. My name is Danny Keener and I will of course be your instructor for this class. I just want to walk through a few things about this class. Let's go ahead and start with the home page. It says super helpful orientation video. I would like for you to start with that. There's no link there right now because I am in fact making that video right now. So I want you to start here. Go ahead and read through my instructions or what the class is going to go over. Read through the minimum computing requirements, all of that stuff, please. Our class, first of all, is going to be all asynchronous. The only time that we're going to have any synchronous communication, that is at the same time on the same day, is when we do conferences. We're going to be doing conferences and staggering those conferences depending on what section you're in throughout the semester. Okay, so, and you're going to be able to pick those days and times for those synchronous meeting times. I like to during the week have times that are like from about 8 to 10 o'clock or so later at night after my my advice hours typically, or 6 to 8, something like that. If I don't have advice hours on those days, we'll do conferences during those times, because typically what ends up happening is that people are working or they're busy with other classes, things like that, and so they can't really meet until later at night. If that's not you, though, then I will make sure to schedule those conferences during the weekend, during usually late morning into the afternoon hours or something like that. So don't worry about that. And if you can't make it at those times, we can figure something out. Okay, here is the syllabus. Here's the Q&A forum, and there's some student services down here that will be very helpful for you. The syllabus I've given out to you already. You already have it, but it's also linked here if you would like to use it. In fact, you're going to have to use it throughout the semester. If you click on week 1, the instructions that I lay out are as clear as I can. I try to make them as clear as I possibly can. So you'll see the list of things that you're going to be doing for this week. And it looks, at first glance, I understand, it looks to be a bit daunting maybe. But know that a lot of this is just kind of like, okay, this is a one-page sort of thing that I'm having you read, or a prompt, or something like that. That doesn't take a whole lot of time, okay? So I don't want you to be sort of turned off by like the 10 different things you have to do within the first week. Trust me, it really does run quickly. That's sort of the disadvantage of having a list like this, but it also makes it very clear in terms of what I'm expecting you to do. Okay, so so there's that. The way that we're going to be communicating in this class is from me to you, right? So from the instructor to student, I will be communicating to you via announcements. I will be communicating to you via email, and I will be communicating to you in the discussion boards. When we do discussion boards, there are 2 discussion boards per week. Okay, so the first one always has a post date of your original post on a Monday before midnight, and then you're supposed to respond to at least 2 other students in the class by that Wednesday. So it's a Monday, Wednesday for the first discussion board post. The second discussion board post is a Thursday, Saturday. And it's always the case, even if there's a holiday or something like that, because quite frankly, you can get this stuff done whenever your time allows for. Okay, so just because it has a due date of a day that lands on a holiday, it doesn't really mean that you have to turn it in on that day. You can turn it in before then. You can you can turn it in before that due date on your own time. Okay, so that's the huge advantage of an asynchronous class, by the way, is you get to get this work done in your own time. Okay, The only exception, I'll reiterate, is the conferences, which I will talk more about later. So please don't be confused about that. The way that you communicate to each other, so student to student, is through the discussion boards, is through the Q&A forum. Let me go back to that. Let me show you what the Q&A forum is. The question and answer forum is for you. This is your sort of hangout spot to be able to ask questions to each other. So what you'll do is, if you have a question, concern, anything that you would like to say about the class, you can click on reply and then write something. The idea behind this, think of the Q&A forum as like raising your hand in class, right? So everybody can see what your question is. Everybody can hear your question in the class. Same idea applies with the Q&A forum. Excuse me. Same idea applies to the Q&A forum. It's like raising your hand and asking a question so everybody can see what that question is. If it's a question that is important about an essay or something like that, ask it in the Q&A forum so other people can see it and they can also see the answer. It's a really efficient way of creating clarity in the class. Okay. Let's see. Your communication to me, right? So student to instructor is going to be through email. And the best way to email me is directly emailing my email, which is provided right here and in the syllabus. Okay, it's in many different places. Here, syllabus, it's all over. So all over the place. So if you want to communicate with me, if you want to ask me a question, email is the best way to do that. I try to respond to emails within 24 hours. Usually I'm pretty quick to respond. Okay, so please, if you have any questions, please send me an email. Better than that is asking the question in the Q&A forum and emailing me so that it's in two places so everybody can see it, but also I can respond. I'll look at the Q&A forum as soon as I can. I'll get to the Q&A forum on a regular basis, but faster than that from your end to me is through communicating through email, because I check my email a lot more often than I check the Q&A forum. So, but with that, I don't think there's anything else that I would really like to communicate at this point. However, I will be sending out a communications plan very shortly. I will be sending that out via email. So be looking for that as well. And there, I will be providing other links to things like Chromebooks that you can get through Chafee, hotspots, things like that might be helpful in terms of computing if you need that. Okay, so with that, I look forward to an excellent semester, and these are the sections that I'm looking at right now, but this also applies to the other 1B sections as well. So thank you very much. I hope you're having an excellent first week, and I will see you and talk to you online.